individuals like General Badamasi Babangida, like retired General Abdusalam Abubakar, and some of people would normally want to connect it with politics. But, you know, yesterday, former governor of Ekiti State, Ayo Fayose, you know, spoke on the matter, and he said, he revealed rather, that the outcome of the meeting with former Vice President Atiku Abubakar and Seyi Makinde has to do with politics and 2027. And his word, he said the Ayo State Governor has agreed to form an alliance with a coalition of opposition ahead of 7 elections. And one will wonder to what end, because Atiku Abubakar is of the ADC, Seyi Makinde is of the PDP, but he said the venue of the meeting was carefully chosen to ensure confidentiality. And he claimed that during the meeting, Governor Makinde has agreed to join the ADC on the condition that he will be handed the vice presidential, you know, candidate, as he will be part of the Atiku ticket. Like, Atiku will be the presidential candidate, and he will be allowed to run as his vice. That is what Fayose is claiming. And that the governor, that is Seyi Makinde, has offered to make available a sum of 10 billion naira to be released in 2 tranches as his initial contributions towards what he described as a proper take of the ADC, and that he would make additional funds available when the campaign begins. And many persons will wonder where Fayose is getting his feelers from, how categorical he has been on this matter, the subject of discussion, and the funds and all those things. Dr. Kaj, what do you make of this information with Fayose? In which capacity is he speaking on this matter? And because one will say this is more like running against, you know, the run of play, because some will say, so where does that leave P2B? Where does that leave Rotimi Amechi? And all of these other guys, where does that leave the Southern presidency, in which Tinubu has a 4-year mandate, and maybe another Southerner, or if Nigeria wants, the same Tinubu might be returned, and the plan is towards going to the, I mean, maybe the presidential, you know, slot going back to the north right now. Do you see any quote-unquote sense in these claims by Ayo Fayose?
I think my advice to you is to stay away from gossips. Okay. These are rumors, and then we are now having gossips spun around those rumors by people without jobs. I think we should just ignore these issues. We don't know what men discuss when they meet. So Fayose's words are pure gossips, formed from his imaginations. I will rather advise you to forget these gossips. They are not worth anybody. So,
Dr. Kaj, when a Fayose speaks, you call it a gossip, really? He has spoken on a range of things in the past. It was the one who spoke about Governor Makinde. Hold on, sir. It was the one who spoke about Governor Makinde accessing fund from Abuja when something happened in Bodija. And nobody denied that. Only there were explanations that were given. So, Fayose, is it a small fry that you now adduce whatever he has said to gossip?
Yes.
Really?
These are small boys gossips. They have no bearing on national discourse or the things that we think will fix the country. Like you're talking about what two people say privately in anticipation of work they want to work together in future. It has no bearing on national discourse, or it has no importance in anything that will bring us value. And nobody has corroborated. They're just trying to guess what he thinks 2 people are talking to themselves. And of what value is this thing you're now asking? There's no national value.
Well, Dr. Kaj, when informations are in the public space, it deserves to be talked about.
This is not information.
Well, you might not have interest in that kind of information.
This is rumor. It's not an information.
Well, rumors.
Rumor. Yes.
Okay. Talks. So now, hold on, sir, if you allow me
to go off.
Yeah.
This
issues are spoken about. People speak about things every day. if actually you don't feel the character of the persona of the person saying it, you know, is the one that you really relate with, is fine. But then other persons are talking about it. It has made all the front pages of the papers today. So because if you don't see it that way,
that is the intention. They intend to distract you with gossips that are inconsequential. The real talk is the fact that the U.S. Army is sending a company to Nigeria of more than 200 persons. So that is what it is, not being sidelined with gossips.
No, we have talked about that. We took almost 40 minutes to speak about security.
That is, you have to talk, speak
and
more
then politics is always, because there are, you know, there are talks. Dr. Kaj.
These are not talks. They are.
Well,
rumors.
there are talks. I maintain there are talks.
Nobody has made them talks.
All right.
Nobody has corroborated.
If you will hear me, Dr. Kaj, what I'm saying is there are always talks that Atiku, and we have talked about these on this program before. I wonder why you're taking this position, but it's your thought and you're right. By the way,
I am telling you now that
there is this unending ambition of an Atiku Abubakar, and some are saying Atiku Abubakar is high time you step down from the contestation, let other people. So when people are saying Atiku Abubakar wants to run again, don't think it deserves to be talked about. You have spoken on it yourself.
It is time we have to be serious. You leave Atiku Abubakar out. Don't make his inordinate ambition a topic for us to digress national commenting time to. It's of no consequence to my thoughts. I am now thinking about Nigeria that has been invaded by a foreign power, in this case, the United States. I am thinking about my country and what that foreign power could do. This is the first since we got independence. It has never happened before. And as we're discussing it, you're not telling me of a man's postulations.
Well, my colleague will come in here, but trust me, Dr. Kaj, whatever is worth being talked about, we will talk about it. From anthropology to zoology, well, but your interest is, they are valid, actually. Okay.
All right, Dr. Kaj, you've made your opinions known. So I'd like to get your opinion directly on this. What do you make of that, of seeing an Atiku and a Makinde together, especially in the statement and in that meeting in Mina? What do you make of it? Politics is here, whether we like it or not. It's starting right here in Osun this year. And in 2027, it's very much upon us where we go to the polls again to choose our leaders. These are our leaders in different, parts. This is a present governor. This has been a vice president at one time and has been a presidential candidate over and over again. So what do you make of this meeting, this politics that we are seeing all around us? What do you make of this?
First and foremost, these two gentlemen do not belong to the same party. They were party adherents at the PDP, and two of them are struggling for visibility, that I understand. So nothing stops them from having any kind of talks that will give them visibility, because right now nobody's talking about them. They are not the hot potato items like President Tinubu, President Trump, and candidate Peter Obi. They are not. So there's nothing wrong with these people sitting down, talking to themselves, but there's everything wrong in us now speculating and things that were not published, because when they met, they did not issue a paper on what they discussed. There was no communique on their meeting. And then we've now seen one person who didn't attend the meeting suddenly now speculating and putting things out there which would come from truth. Or someone to start discussing these rumors. I don't think it's a proper thing to do.
All right, Dr. Kaj, I get your drift. I get your point. And they are valid.
I would like to comment on facts.
information are drawn from different places and different sources. That's why we put it out in the public
So far,
space.
you only
But let
have
me run it off here,
information from
Dr.
one
Koch.
source,
Let me run it
not
off here.
corroborated.
All right, let me run it off here. Either is either is Seyi Makinde or Atiku Abubakar. Your last take on this matter is this: the ADC seems to be garnering support. Peter Obi is now there, and there are some that feels if there is anybody, especially at the southern part of the country, Tinubu a run for his money. It will look like the coast is not clear. Your Peter Obi is your friend, and you work with him at different points. Do you think a chance, actually, with the ADC?
I cannot say a thing about Peter Obi and ADC. As you know, ADC is an alliance platform. Peter Obi, a member of the Labour Party, has joined the alliance.
He is now a member of the ADC, Dr. Koch.
He is a member of the Labour Party. He has not yet left Labour Party, and his people are still there.
That's
I beg to say that's
what
not
we
correct.
have in the public space.
He has declared for the ADC, actually, Dr. Koch.
He has declared for the alliance.
ADC is a party.
For the alliance. No, ADC is an alliance. You're probably getting it wrong.
Fair enough.
It's an alliance platform.
Okay.
And there are politicians from different places. As you rightly talked about Seyi Makinde, you're talking about the ADC platform. Seyi Makinde is the king of the PDP that is in court. So the ADC is still the alliance. If the alliance doesn't work for anybody, they could go back to their old parties.
All right.
And that's why you see Nana Osman working very well to strengthen the Labour Party, so that if the alliance doesn't work as a platform for Mr. Peter Obi, he could, of course, go back to his party.
All right, Dr. Koch.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Dr. Koch is DG Heritage Center and Public Affairs Analyst. We appreciate your contribution on this morning show.
Thank you very much for having me.
All right.
All right, that's the conversation, the bulk of it.
Interesting take this morning.
A party. Yes,
but if Dr. Koch can still hear me, by the way, and for everybody, for the, essence of public information, Peter will be declared for the AD. There was a grand reception while he joined. In fact, the leadership of the Labour Party, led by Nadi Usman, wishing all the best when he left for the ADC. But then he's an alliance, but still a political party. Interesting takes here. And that's why we say it as it is. In as much is worth talking about. And it has bearing with the public good. We will talk about that. Femi Ojo is my name. To see you tomorrow, Friday.
My name is Temitope Ajijola Onwola. See you for the finale of Morning Spring on Western Spring Television. 4 the week. Bye-bye.